Great, we are live. Thank you everyone for being here. We have been waiting for this webinar for quite a long time and finally happened. So I'm here with Ruud. He is the CEO and co-founder of CryptoHopper, and I will let Ruud fully introduce himself.
Yeah, so well said, thanks. Glad to be here. It's an honor to do this webinar with Huobi, and a big and important partner of CryptoHopper. Well, I said my name is, in Dutch it's Ruud Veldkamp, super Dutch name. My parents gave me that name because they thought, well, everybody can pronounce it that name, it's easy, but now I'm almost every day explaining it. But yeah, Ruud Veldkamp, living in a little village near Amsterdam in the Netherlands. And I'm actually originally from the show business in the Netherlands. So I've been an actor my whole life. And now I'm acting, I'm a CEO, and I'm just kidding.
I was like, wait a second, I didn't know that.
I just read the script and I sound like a CEO. No, but I always had a passion for emerging technologies my whole life and entrepreneurship. So, well, in the moments that I didn't have to do anything and I was waiting in my dressing room, I instead of rehearsing my lines as an actor, I did courses online at universities, and at a certain point came in touch with crypto, and I became totally just amazed by the ease of using it, by the technology. So I started trading a lot, started spending all my time and devoting all my time to trading. And at a certain point, my brother, who I was living together with at the time, he's a brilliant developer. He said, "Yo, dude, what you're doing takes so much time. Why you don't automate what you're doing?" I was like, automate what you're doing? What do you mean? So yeah, those technical indicators you can use that to automate your trading and just sell based on some criteria. So he did that, and by doing that, our first trading bot, which we called CryptoHopper, emerged, and we just had a lot of fun with it. Until a certain point, we were starting to, instead of devoting our time to trading, we were devoting our time to building that trading bot. And we thought, hey, if we want to fully, devote our time to it, realize all our ideas we have, build it into the product, we should start a business, because then we can hire people, we can actually do more. So that's what we did, and that was in September 2017. We just put it open to the public with subscription system behind it. And the first month we already had paying users, and people were very happy with the product, and gave us asked for more features. Hey, can you build it in this, and can you build in this, and can you help me out with this? So based on our own customer feedback, we were building the features and started to grow a company. And now fast forward 2022, a lot of growth plans and big automated trading platform. And here we are at the Huobi webinar.
Good. Now, actually, I didn't know that story, so I'm pretty glad that I asked that first introduction. And I have met you guys personally this year in Paris Blockchain Week, and I realized how fast were you expanding and how the vision was larger than I thought. Yeah. Now it takes me to the next question. If you could put CryptoHopper in a paragraph, how will you define CryptoHopper? How will you define the mission and vision of CryptoHopper? Not for this year, for the years ahead. And what differentiates you from the rest of the automated platforms in the market?
Yeah. So I think in general, our mission, and that's something you'll never actually accomplish. I think actually for that reason, it's a good mission. Our mission is to make the world a better trader. So I started trading with basically manually, and figured out that there are so many tools that I missed as a trader. For example, I wasn't even using a system to administrate what I traded, right? So, as a trader, if you buy some Bitcoin, you want to know, hey, am I making a profit or not? So you need to know what was the actual buying price. And if you bought it in fractions, you need to write it all down and need to know, like, hey, am I making a profit or not? So in general, traders or investors are missing tools in the world. And I think innovation, and our mission is that is to help traders around the world with innovative products. So that is the mission. And I think there's just so much opportunity there. And one of the things that we're actually the only one, and this is actually quite a complex feature, but I think it shows what innovation can do for the regular trader, is something we call, as a joke, we call it AI. It stands for algorithmic intelligence. And basically what it does, so technical traders, what they do, they analyze the markets based on algorithms, based on technical indicators. Some of the most simple ones are, for example, an RSI and an EMA. Those are algorithms you use to see how the market is performing and to predict what's going to happen. We know that big hedge funds, for example, they use thousands of indicators, and they use especially a lot of combinations of them. And there's no one, you call it a strategy, a package of indicators. There's no one package, one strategy that always works. It continuously switches. That was what the big quant traders do. So we thought, hey, how awesome would it be if we could bring that to the regular trader, to the private trader. So what we've created is a system where you either from our marketplace download all kinds of packages with strategies, feed them to your AI, and your AI will all backtest them simultaneously. That means test them out on the previous market to see what would have happened, and then pick the best performing one. And it's a system that can automatically adapt. I think I can imagine that some people listen to this and have trouble to comprehend what it does. But it's innovation like this that sometimes is already being used by big hedge funds, but I think we can bring to the masses, and that's how you make the world a better trader, with automation, with innovation, making these complex processes easier.
And that's exactly what we need. And now, how easy is for a trader who has never used an automated trading platform before? How easy is for traders to sign up and start using CryptoHopper? Yeah. Can you guide us through that process?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I always make the comparison with that we're teaching people how to become a photographer. So as a beginning trader, as a beginning photographer, you can buy a very expensive camera, but it doesn't guarantee you're going to make a beautiful picture, because you need to know how to handle it. But what we as a manufacturer can do is making the experience so easy and guide you by the hand and teaching you along the way, so we can help you become a better photographer. So what I always advise people coming into CryptoHopper, don't expect on the first day that you're going to make automatic profits and boom, you're done. That doesn't exist in the world. So perhaps you can just give your money to an investment banker and hopefully he'll figure it out, but it's not that easy. So what we've just launched in a beta, so it's not available for the masses yet, but it's something we call the copy bot. It's a very straightforward system. You simply create a bot who copies another trader. So you can pick traders on our platform, check their reports, see if they're legitimate or not, even communicate with them. And if you think, hey, this person is legit, you subscribe to them, and then a robot is created and copies that person. That's the most easy way of starting out with CryptoHopper. And I will always advise starting with the systems first with simulated funds. So not even with your real funds, just have a little bit of fun and just get the hang of it and see if it's something for you.
The simulated funds are given by CryptoHopper or are given by the exchange in this case?
Well, we use exchange data, so you can say mimic trading on Huobi. So you can copy somebody that's trading on Huobi. So you create a fake simulated trading Huobi trading bot. It'll use the data from Huobi. And by doing that, you have no risk. Well, the only risk you have is the fact that you subscribe to a person, you pay a monthly fee, but you can. It's a good way of exercising. So if you feel like, hey, this is going well, and I want to trade with some real funds and get the hang of it, you can just gradually take it step by step. And what you then can do is go for a bit more, how do you say, you can then build your own bot. So you think like, okay, copy bots are nice, but I want some more control. I want to determine which coins should be traded. I want to determine why my bot is buying or why it's selling. So then you're gonna slowly build your own bots. Yeah, you just use some templates from our marketplace. Those are pre-configured bots you can use. And you potentially follow a signaler who sends out buy signals, and you determine to sell only when a position made a profit or a slight loss. That's a very basic trading bot. And you can step by step become more advanced and advanced, and then ultimately end up as a pro with features like AI, where you get the full experience as a trading bot trader at CryptoHopper. So that's what I would advise people, is to just if you're especially new to algorithmic trading and automatic trading, give yourself a break. A trade with simulated funds, so you can just have fun and get the hang of it before you slowly invest with real funds that you have on your Huobi account.
I like this feature, probably my favorite one, because I've heard so many traders that they lose money by testing, by doing back testing, and at the end of the day,
you'll always, especially if it's new, you will risk funds if you don't know what to do. I mean, it could be 50-50 basically. And I had it too when I started trading crypto. I also made mistakes because of emotions, because I was new into crypto. I didn't know how extreme the volatility would be, so it was quite new for me seeing prices go down so quickly. And sometimes I had what we call in trading a panic sell. You think, I'm going to just step out, and it ended up being a bad call. So just give yourself some time to explore how CryptoHopper in this case works, how automatic trading works, and especially if you're new into crypto, give yourself a break and just take it slowly. And I think and a second thing is, there's so many ways you can trade also on Huobi or on CryptoHopper. You use CryptoHopper to trade on Huobi, obviously, but you can base your strategy also on what kind of risk appetite you have. So if you feel like, hey, I just want to take it slowly, I want to devote a little bit funds to my strategy, why not go for a long-term strategy and automatically buy based on a period? So buy every week or so. We call this a dollar cost averaging, and it's a very low risk, good performing strategy that prevents you from buying at the wrong moment, because you just gradually buy, and that averages your buy price, and which is a great way to overcome volatility. So also the way you trade, the strategy you have, very active versus slow time period, also affects your risk basically.
How was quick question? How do you think traders have used platforms like CryptoHopper to get an edge in this bear market, in the sense of how in bear market CryptoHopper has been quite a powerful tool for the ones that they don't want to do it manually, because they are scared, of course, by the status of price action. So wondering how CryptoHopper has dealt with users during this bear market. There has been an increase, a decrease, any feature that you guys have applied for those traders in bear market that has been successful in those scenarios?
Yeah. Well, in general, before I zoom into the bear market features, what's interesting, and I won't tell too much about it, because I don't think a lot of people that listen to this webinar will be specifically interested in that. But it's funny to see what you can use a trading bot for. So we always think you can only use a trading bot to just literally automate your trading. What we also see is people automating their payments coming in, for example. So let's assume I'm a web shop, and I use my Huobi account to accept Bitcoin. So I've got a Bitcoin address listed on my website, and I'm selling whatever t-shirts, and I say it's 0.00 whatever Bitcoin T-shirt, and I'm accepting it on my Huobi account. So all funds will arrive in Huobi. What you actually can do with a trading bot, especially with ours, is automatically convert your Bitcoin to euros or whatsoever. So you can even use a trading bot for that and say, for example, okay, for every payment coming in, if the price goes down, I want to sell it automatically to euro. So I'm using a stop loss for that with a 0.01% configuration. And you can use it's called a trailing stop loss to sell whenever it made a profit. Because whenever my Bitcoin comes in and it's going to make a loss, I want to immediately sell it, right? But when it goes up the price, I don't want it to sell. I just want it to go up in value because it's better off in Bitcoin than in euro. And whenever the price dips, it can automatically sell back to a euro. So it's fascinating that we all think trading bots are just for trading, but it's actually for much more. It could be useful for miners that mine and send their money to Huobi or web shops, for example. And then specifically your question into bear markets, I think there are several features that are interesting. I think most interesting in bear markets is DCA. So whenever the markets go down, it becomes more and more scary to buy, right? I'm not sure how it's for you, Michaela, but for me, still as a trader, when the markets go down and they're really low, the anxiety to start buying gets bigger and bigger.
Yep.
But it's exactly that emotion that tells you that it's actually a right time to buy. So the more scary it is to buy, actually most often it's a good moment.
I like that.
So DCAing whenever the markets go down, and having a trading bot doing it for you, it becomes much more easy because a trading bot doesn't have the emotion. So
I like that. I wish I would be using those features more often, because sometimes, and I think a lot of people can relate with me, we're so busy in our daily lives and in our job that it's easier to get a bot that does do it for us, that DCA for us, than instead of doing it ourselves, because I would probably forget during the day to do so just because of my workload. So it's better just to have one feature that does it for me, that I don't need to worry. I know that it will do it regardless. So yeah, it is a very, very good feature, to be honest.
Yeah, and there's other stuff. I think we've got it's officially an advanced buyback function. We've called it shorting, but just to be clear, it's not margin shorting. So with real shorting, for example, on Huobi, what you do is the exchange basically lends you out funds, for example, Bitcoin. Then as a seller, because you think the markets go down, you immediately sell your Bitcoin, buy it back at a lower price, and pay back your exchange. But because you bought back more, because the price now is lower, you've got a share of it yourself. And that's how you make a profit when you short. Well, the lending margin part is not available on CryptoHopper, but the whole essence of shorting, selling out and buying back lower, that is something we offer. So that's always a good one. So if you feel like, hey, I don't know, for whatever reason, because of your strategy, because of using support and resistance trading whatsoever, if you feel like markets go down, you can track the performance with our shorting tool. So it sells out. For example, you have Bitcoin, it sells to euro, it lets the price go down, and then buy back into Bitcoin again. So that's something you can automate. And I think as long as there's volatility, there's opportunity. So for a long-term trader, that volatility is not that useful. But for a day trader or scalping trader, as long as there's good volatility, you can make a living. But it's definitely much more difficult than on a bull market, obviously.
I agree. Now let's jump on my almost last question, which is, why do you choose Huobi as a partner? We have been partners for quite a long time, and I was wondering what makes you choose us.
Well, it's funny. Well, I didn't choose you. I think we both. It's a collaboration, so we figured out we are good partners for each other. But I recall really well. It was 2019, big bear market, obviously, and I was at the blockchain conference in Amsterdam. Was walking around the conference, and it was not very busy in the conference room. But there was one booth specifically where all the people were. It was obviously Huobi, and I just recall Huobi was getting traction here in Europe, and everybody wanted to do business with Huobi. And I was watching that the whole conference room was empty, but the booth of Huobi, everybody was doing business there. I was just fascinated by seeing that. And I already knew Huobi, so I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to meet you guys too, because I think thought we would be good partners. So I've met several of your colleagues, and yeah, from that moment we've been collaborating. I know what I like from Huobi. Huobi is one of the biggest exchanges in the world, but very, regardless of your size, very open to companies as us. I mean, we were quite the new kid on the block back then. And I liked how you saw our opportunity. You saw like, hey, trading bots, interesting for Huobi users. Let's partner up and see what we can do. And Huobi has been very helpful and always been very kind to us. I think that's been extremely helpful to us. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I know by heart that the traders from Huobi that are using CryptoHopper, they're really happy to be connecting our exchange to your platform, and I'm pretty sure that amount will increase in the next few months. In fact, just because for them, we have opened a new event, which is a 50% trading discount in all trading fees. That's actually an activity before yourself and Huobi. I'm really happy about this event because I think it will give new traders the opportunity to try your platform with a 50% discount on all trading fees. It will start on November the 3rd.
That's such a good discount.
Yeah, it will start on November the 3rd, sorry. It will last 30 days, so November the 3rd, December the 3rd. And yeah, looking forward to see how it goes, because I know that many traders are waiting for this chance to jump on CryptoHopper and connect their Huobi exchange. What about you, Ruud? What do you think about this event? Why should people use this discount?
That's awesome. I think Huobi is, as I mentioned, one of the biggest exchanges in the world with lots of liquidity. That's important for trading bots. If you have local liquidity, it becomes difficult for a scalp trader to trade. And especially this discount is brilliant for scalp traders, people using bots. So if you make a lot of trades, you can imagine it costs a lot of trading fees. So this is brilliant for people to dip their toes in the world of automatic trading. I'm very happy that we can do this discount. So for all new traders coming from Huobi to CryptoHopper, this will apply for a month. So I'm very grateful for this one, and happy to keep collaborating with Huobi and doing awesome stuff in the future.
Great. Quick one. What about the traders that, if they have questions, by any chance, they had some inquiries about how to connect their exchange key? Wondering, is there a support team? Is there what's the best way to provide customer service to all those Huobi traders who are jumping into CryptoHopper?
Yeah, believe me, you as a new trader on CryptoHopper, you will have questions, and please literally do not hesitate to chat with our support. They're very knowledgeable, very friendly, fun people. They're there 24/7. So even if you feel like this is a ridiculous question and I don't want to waste somebody's time, please do. They're very friendly. They love helping out people. They know a lot. So ask whatever you want, and they'll do their utmost best to help.
Great. That was my last question, just to help the audience in case they want to jump on this discount right now after the webinar. I think that our time is up, but I will just wrap up by saying thank you, Ruud, for being here. This is just the first of many, hopefully. Any last message that you will like to give the audience?
I would say take this crypto winter and use it to sharpen your trading skills with CryptoHopper on Huobi. Take your time, do simulated trading first, and ask everything you want from our support. Watch all the videos, and believe me, you'll have a lot of fun.
Great. No, and I'm sure that it will be again just the beginning of a very strong relationship. Thank you so much, Ruud, and see you next time.